All right, how's it going, guys? We're going to be going over our monthly options portfolio. We're sitting at $45,000, and this portfolio is going to be strictly for trading options. We will have a separate portfolio for dividend investing, and we'll be releasing that video later on. But for this portfolio, it's going to be completely options trading. It's going to involve strategies such as cash geared puts, covered calls, credit spreads, and even debit spreads. So we're just doing some short-term option strategies, pretty safe ones in my opinion, and we'll be doing that uh, every single week. We'll sell some new contracts, and every month we'll go over our portfolio and see how it's doing. So it's more like a progress update for you guys. So we're sitting at $45,000, and we currently have 5 open positions. For this month, we did open up about a dozen trades or so. A lot of cash secured puts, as we can see. We did have one covered call on Amazon, but yeah, so we sold some cash secured puts on SPHD because SPHD is a monthly dividend paying ETF, and I didn't actually mind owning shares of SPHD, but we didn't get assigned shares on our cash secured puts, so we did end up making full profit on our trade, and the contracts expired worthless. Then we also did some TQQQ, and T triple Q is a 3 times leveraged ETF for the QQQ ETF, which is the NASDAQ, which pretty much has all the high volatility tech stocks, which contains stuff like Apple, Tesla, Google, Amazon. So we sold 5 contracts of those at the 18 at the $16 strike, and that was when it was on a Thursday, and the market completely just crashed because of the Fed. So we sold some cashier puts on this ETF, and it is a pretty volatile ETF, TQQQ. It's supposed to be, as you can see, yeah, pretty volatile ETF. It is triple leverage. You gotta be careful. But I thought the market dropped so much during that day that it's due for a rebound. And just next week, it did end up rebounding, and we made some pretty nice money. $17 per contract. We sold 5 of those contracts, and they all expired worthless, which is pretty nice. And then we also sold some cash clear puts on Google. Google is down quite a bit as well. I really wanted to pick up some shares if it did hit that $80 price point, but it did end up rebounding after it hit like $84 per share. So we made some money on that. We sold an $80 cash gear put as well as an $83 cash gear put, and we made about $100 or so from selling those 2 contracts. And then we also sold some contracts on DWAC. DWAC is it's pretty much Trump's company, and it did have a pretty wild run this month, going all the way to $30 per share because of the midterms, and then dropping down to $19 per share after. I think that was after Elon Musk bought Twitter, did some stuff, but yeah, on that drop, we ended up selling some cash puts, and then we rode the wave back up. So we sold some a cash care put on the 1450 strike, which is pretty far down the strikes. I saw it as a good opportunity. Implied volatility was very high, so we were able to capitalize on a pretty nice premium of $24 per contract. And then later on the month, we did sell another cash care put on DWAC, the $15 strike for a $15 credit, and that trade played out nicely as well. We also sold cash secure puts on some other stocks, such as Tesla, Amazon, uh, American Airlines, Coinbase. In Coinbase, we are still holding this one, I believe. Yeah. Let's see. We're holding the $40 cash secure put. We did also sell a $27 cash secure put on Coinbase, but we did buy back that contract for earlier because we did realize pretty much our maximum profit early on. So Coinbase is doing it's doing pretty well. Uh, all the shenanigans with the FTX caused Coinbase to drop earlier in the month, but it is recovering a little bit nicely, bounced back off this $40 price point. and now we're sitting at almost $46 per share. So we're holding that, and that should play out nicely at the end of this week. And then we also sold another T triple Q at the 1850, another DWAC. We're holding an Amazon cash secured put, and we also sold this $27 cash coupon Coinbase earlier that we mentioned, and we picked up a pretty nice premium for it, $30 per contract. And then we're also holding Tesla at a 150 strike. So I do think that Tesla, I'm not sure, obviously, but I do think that if it hits 150, that would be a pretty nice buying point. I don't think it'll hit that low in 1 week, but who knows? But if it does happen to drop that low, then we will pick up Tesla shares for a pretty nice price point, in my opinion. But as you can see, we sold it for $180 a premium, and it's currently valued at $29 a premium. So we made about $150 already. $151 already, 83% rate of return. So we're sitting pretty nicely. We could easily close it out next week. And then we also have a Cloudflare cash could put at $38 strike. So I do like Cloudflare. I do think internet security cybersecurity is very important now that everything is digitalized, and especially a lot of companies are investing in cyber security because of a lot of cyber threats out there. So that's very important for many companies, and I do think that's a good cash trip put to sell as well. So this is our options portfolio. We're going to be going over this entire portfolio. It's going to be purely options every single month, and hopefully we can grow this portfolio to 6 figures. And then we will also make an individual portfolio for buying and holding stocks, mainly dividend stocks, and then we'll calculate all the dividend income we're receiving from that portfolio. So make sure to subscribe to see videos on that.